How can a country be better when the people are not allowed to speak? How can a country be better when they are not near to democracy? How can a country be better when if you speak, you are either silenced, you are either bullied, you are either threatened, or in most cases, you are either killed? How can a country be better when the people are overwhelmed with the situation of the country? How can a country be better when the government never listens to its people? How can a country like this be better? Hi, wonderful people. Welcome back again to this space. This is your girl, Tina, a little bit of everything. In case you are seeing my face for the very first time, please do not make it your last. Do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you always be the first to get notified when I upload a video. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for always stopping by to come watch my videos. How can a country be better when the government don't listen to its people? How can a country be better when if the people speak, they are either threatened, bullied, or they are either killed? How can a country like that be better? Now, we all have seen, or rather we all believe that, oh, Nigeria is the giant of Africa. Nigeria is the giant of Africa. You go to this place, you hear, oh, Nigeria is the giant of Africa. Like, and people are not okay with, like, some people. How can Nigeria be the giant of Africa when we are better than Nigeria, when we have more infrastructure than Nigeria, when we are more developed than Nigeria? If you say it now that Nigeria is no longer the giant of Africa, I will support you. How can Nigeria be the giant of Africa now when the government is not allowing the people to breathe, when the government is not allowing its citizens to speak? How can Nigeria be the giant of Africa when the people of Nigeria have no say? Like, recently, the president's son went out to share a morsel of rice. Oh God, a morsel of rice, like scooping the rice from the pot. My God, it's so embarrassing. Like, it's very embarrassing. No wonder people come online to bash Nigerians. Like, you can bash the government, leave the citizen alone, because whatever the citizens are exhibiting is from the government. Recently, the president's son went out to share a morsel of rice, scooping what an NGO should be doing. Is what the president's son is doing. Like, it's very embarrassing, very, very embarrassing. Scooping rice from the pot, putting in a plate for people to eat and die. How can you feed people for one day? What will happen the next day? How will they feed? Now you believe that these people are hungry. They don't have food. There's nothing to eat. They just broke their fast. How will they feed? Oh, now I want to feed them. And you are feeding them for one day. And you are bragging. You came online to say, oh, your father has made you the youth president. You are now representing. You are like, what are you doing? You are the president's son. Instead of sharing a morsel of rice, what is wrong if you share a bag of rice for people to eat at least for 1 month? At least for 1 month. What will happen if you share a bag of rice and some bottles of oil? What will happen? Like, I don't understand. Instead of you as the youth president of the youth of Nigeria, instead of you to look for a way to create jobs, to look for a way to make people employed, to look for a way to get people busy, you are bragging that you are sharing a morsel of rice to people. Now, they've seen that Nigerians are hungry. They've seen that Nigerians are hungry. Indeed, the president's son has made it very obvious that the country called Nigeria, called the giant of Africa, is hungry. You can go check it out. President's son, sharing morsel of rice, sharing rice to people. Like, you can go check it out. I would have loved to put it up, but I don't want. I know, because it's very embarrassing. How can you, that is, people look up to, you have the audacity to dress up with your cabinet, with your aides, everybody around you, you went to a place, you are scooping rice, scooping, instead of you sharing a bag of rice with some bottle of oil and some cash on top. No, you did not do it. And you still have the guts, the effrontery to come online, to come tell us that you are doing what your father appointed you to do. Like, seriously? Like, it's very, very, very overwhelming. The situation of the country called Nigeria, the situation of a country called the giant of Africa is very overwhelming. The situation of that country. Like, no wonder people come online to bash Nigerians. Oh, Nigeria is suffering. Nigeria is hungry. Nigeria is this. Indeed, if you say it now, I will agree. Like, I will agree that Nigeria is hungry. The people are hungry. Because before God, but like before, you can afford anything. But now, since the tenure of this new president, the country is passing through hell. Now, don't get me wrong, it's benefiting some. Some are benefiting from this government, but some are not. Imagine when the person you look up to, the person you call rich, is complaining of the hardship of the country. What will happen to the one that will see no rich? What will happen to them? The person we look up to, the person will call, oh, this one is rich. At least when you want something, you can easily access the person if it's accessible. That person is complaining of the situation of the country. Like, it's overwhelming. The country is overwhelming. And if you manage to speak, if you manage to complain, like you are in trouble. If you manage to speak, you are in trouble. They will look for you. They will look for your house address. They will look for your phone number. They will look for you. They will pay those other, your fellow citizens now. They will be the one to betray you. You see those ones they feed. They bought them over. If you now that you've not been fed by the government, you decide to come out and speak, those ones will see you as the rebel. Those ones will see you as the bad one. Those ones will see you as the one who, oh, is coming to spoil what the government is doing. We don't want it. We are okay with it. Like they've been bought with a morsel of rice. That is the situation of the country. If you can feed me today, I will support you. That is the situation of the country. But there are some that are not willing to be fed by this morsel of rice. They will keep speaking. Despite all the threats that they are receiving, they will keep speaking. Somebody came to come and explain, pour out her heart, the way things are going, the way she's not okay with the situation of things. A government official is threatening her. Who gave you the right to speak against the president? Who gave you the right to say that the tenure of the president is terrible? The government of the tenure of the president is terrible. Everybody is saying it. It's terrible. It's terrible. People are complaining. Take for instance other countries like cold. Take for instance other countries. That's why I talk about South Africa. Pardon me. That's why I talk about South Africans too much. I see how they come online to come and say, oh, hashtag Ramaphosa this, hashtag Ramaphosa this, and it went over, it went viral. I've never seen Ramaphosa coming online to come say, or rather the government of Ramaphosa, people in his cabinet coming online to say, who is this? Why will you make a statement about the government, about this? I've never seen it. But once you happen to do this in Nigeria, oh God, God help you. God help you that you come out of the situation. God help you. That is the situation of the country. You cannot speak. You cannot complain. You just have to bear. You just have to bear whatever the government is dishing out. You just have to take it. If you cannot take it, that is your business. That is the situation of the country called the giant of Africa. That is the situation of the country called Nigeria. Like, I don't understand. People are complaining of the hardship of the country. There's no job, things are expensive. You have job, things are expensive. Your salary is not meeting up. Your salary is not enough to pay for your rent. Your salary is not enough to pay for your bills. Things are expensive. You pay for bills like electricity, you don't have electricity. You pay for bills like water. Oh God, the water is not good. Things are not okay in that country. The earlier people start speaking up, the better. I know things will not change. How will it change? Remember when they did NSAS? I don't know if any of you remember when they did NSAS, that many celebrities, many came out to speak. They were complaining. Like they came out, they were protesting. Even the protest, many people lost their life. Many family lost their families. Like many mothers lost their sons, lost their daughter. But till today, there's no justice. Nothing happened. Nothing. So if we keep protesting, if we keep complaining until the government change, probably that is when things will change. But for now, nothing is changing. The more you complain, the more they are doing their worst. Recently, a governor, hey God, was suspended. Suspending a governor. Have you heard it? Oh God. There are so many things that is happening in Nigeria that when you look at it, you'll be wondering, is this democracy? Are we actually practicing democracy? Now, October 1st, they'll be shouting, hey, happy birthday, Nigeria. For what? We are not, there's nothing like, even if we have that independence, there's nothing like democracy in that country. A country whereby the people cannot speak. A country whereby the people cannot raise their voice. A country whereby the people, when you raise your voice, you are condemned forever. You are seen as the rebel of the country. It is terrible. It is terrible. Hashtag this present governor, or rather this present tenor, is terrible. Thank you for watching this video. In case you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The situation of Nigeria is really overwhelming. Bye for now.